Okay, good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This is part two of the English muffins. You're going to need some baking. I use cookie sheets, okay? You're going to have to grease them and sprinkle them with cornmeal. Now listen, you can use white or you can use yellow. And the object of the cornmeal is to keep them from burning because they're actually going to sit above it. And that's the whole object of using the cornmeal. Now in the saucepan, you're going to have to sit there and put 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 cup of milk, and we're going to heat this up. Now, did my culture rise? Yes, it did. Here it is. I'll tilt you down. As you can see, it's a hard topping on it. Get your flour mixture that you made yesterday. I hope you remembered to feed it for the second rising. And good morning to everybody. I'm sure you're not up, as I am up very early. So anyway, this is what we're doing right now. We're over here at the stove, and we are actually getting the butter melted. Now don't stir down your sourdough until you're ready. Now let's see, we've made all-purpose, just regular English sourdough English muffins. We've made cinnamon raisin, and we've made a light whole wheat, and now we're making semolina. I'm going to try all kinds of flours on this. I'm sorry, this is me. This is how I function, trying things. So as soon as that's done, we will move forward. When did I get up? God, I've only been up for like, what, 14 minutes? No, I've been up about 20 minutes. I just got up. I said I gotta go downstairs and take care of this. Come on, I don't want to wait forever for this. So I have, let's see, we got the birds fed, I got the cats fed, got my cultures to feed. And in the morning, it's feed everybody but me. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. If you want to know what's going on, we're on part 2 of sourdough English muffins, except these are semolina sourdough. And if you saw the live yesterday, I reminded you, don't forget that you have to add a cup of flour and 1/4 of a cup of water, beat it again. So this morning, it is thoroughly proofed, and I will show you again. You can see it's very, very high. It's half the bowl right now, and we're doing very well. So let's get back over here to the milk and stuff. Once we get this, we can take care of the flour, and we'll start shaping these up. Now I like my English muffins at a 3-inch. This is 3 1/4. The recipe wants it to be 4-inch English muffins, but I don't need 4-inch English muffins. Now I will not be able to taste these after I finish making them because bread is still very vulnerable at the point where if you cut it or anything, it will collapse back into dough until it's thoroughly set. And that's when it's completely cool hours later. But I can tell you, this recipe for English muffins is delicious. It's one of the best ones I've had, and I've had a lot. The texture and all is just beautiful. So I take this basic recipe, of the sourdough English muffin, and I'm going in different directions with it. And see how many different kinds of English muffins we can make with it. Now remember, most recipes, if you know the basics, you can go in many different directions. And the basics are ratios. That's it. Like I know if I'm going to make bread, it's going to be 3 cups of flour to a cup of water. That's the basic. Muffins are anywhere from 2 to 2.5. And then a liquid according to what kind of fruit and stuff you put into them. If the fruit's real sweet, you're going to cut back on the sugar and stuff. But there's always a basic. Like biscuits is 2 cups and 2/3 water. And no, not water, milk. So you have these ratios that you work with, but you can increase and decrease, but that's how you work them all the time. So you might see me with one recipe and I'll sit there and say, we're going to experiment. That's because I'm going to see what we can do with the basics. That's how women learned before. Now, if you want to know the history of cookies, where did cookies come from? Well, there was a time on the wood-burning stove when she went to make something. We didn't have temperatures where you could read them or have a dial you could turn. What they had was they put the wood in and they heated it up. Now, in order to know if the oven was hot enough, they would take a little bit of the batter, put it in a pan and drop it in there and put it in the oven. And if it was too hot, it would burn. And if it wasn't hot enough, it wouldn't cook. And then somebody got the idea of taking that and why not adding stuff to it? And hence, cookies were born. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit hot for them, for my yeast. Sit right there for a minute. Okay, now I am going to have to add flour and stuff to keep from burning this. Okay, now we're going to stir this. What? Oh, hold on. Let's see. Happy holidays, and I'm sorry for the loss of your mother. Your grandmother, I mean. Okay, we're turning this down. All right, you don't need to see me. You need to see what I'm doing. Oops. Now, you can see that it's dry. Don't worry about it. You stir it back in, it will moisten back up for what we're going to do. And you can see the texture is much different than what we started with yesterday. It's sort of bubbly. That's because those cultures are all alive. Now, if any of you cannot make your cultures, get in touch with me on a video and leave a message and say you'd like to know where you could buy the wild cultures, and I'll send you the address and stuff, and you can order it. Because some people are telling me they can't make it in their country. So if you can't, let me know, and I will sit there and give you the address and phone number, and you can call them. This is really hot. That's what I'm worried about, is this is really, really hot. Okay, Sandra, we're going to try something. Other than that, I'm going to have to wait 30 minutes for this. I don't want to wait 30 minutes for this. Put flour into it and cool it down. Some. Yeah, that's working. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I usually heat this up and walk away, but it's alive, so I'm having to rush with it. I just want to take the heat off enough where if my hand's comfortable, I know the yeast can handle it. So the flour's chilly, so this is why I'm using it. I'll mix the two together and see if I can bring this heat down. Oh, yeah. Some tricks you learn in the kitchen. Okay, now we're cooking, as they say. Okay, we're going to add flour. We're using the flour mixture from yesterday. Oh, that's a mess. Now, if you cannot beat this by hand, you can do it in a mixer to help you, to make it easier. Now, this is all the flour that we made on the first part. Now see, semolina is used to make pasta with eggs, right? If you read the packages, they just say semolina. Semolina flour. Now my question is, where's their binder? So they're not writing everything that they actually put into our pasta. What else are they leaving out on our foods? Simple things like that. Like they'll sit there when you buy flavored yogurts. They won't tell you it's a jelly or something or a jam that they put into it. What they do is they say that they'll put sugar in it, flavoring in it, or something like that. But what they're really using is preserves and stuff that are pre-made. You have to know. They get very, very tricky with us. And we have to be on our toes. This is why it's important to know what's going on with our food. And if they're not telling you everything, they really don't. And then they get the government to sit there and use chemical terms so you don't know what it is. So you still don't know what they're doing to your food. I bet you can make beer English muffins. And somebody said, oh, that's an idea from her. Yeah, because I have people on my channel that are other cooking shows. Now, semolina is a different flavor in flour, so these are going to taste different. I'm going to try to just make a simple whole wheat one, not a light whole wheat one, but a different one. And if you say I make a lot of bread and stuff, yes, I do. This is my specialty. Everybody has a specialty. This is mine. We're going to work all this flour in, and then we're going to cut these out. So if you want to take a 5-minute break, you can. Go get your coffee if you're just waking up. Oh, my favorite coffees are coming in. And they're all made with chicory roots, which I'm happy about. So we'll try some other coffee recipes. and see where we go with that. I told you this is going to be a beautiful one. It's really a very, very nice one. I hope you all are almost ready for Christmas. And then comes the new year. I still haven't gotten everything together yet. I haven't set up the mangers yet, or the other things. I met a woman in the store. She says, every year I buy 3 things for the holiday. And I said, and she says, I do it every year. I said, your house must be loaded, because she's old like me. And she said, oh, yes. I had read that the reason we put holly and mistletoe and stuff up was that they were afraid spring would never come back because of the cold weather, but it did. And we took that and we incorporated it. And the Christmas story came from one of the founding fathers, a story for his daughter for Christmas. My favorite Christmas story is The Bishop's Wife. I love that story. They got so wrapped in money, they lost the spirit of what Christmas is really all about. It was about a child being born. And we have to knead all of this in. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Take another 5-minute break. I have to wait till it's done. That's something I don't see a lot of chefs doing, showing people how to make breads. Very interesting. So if you think women had a ton of recipes they had to learn, they just had to learn the basics of things. And then they could go from there and take off. I have a lot of biscuit recipes and ideas. And I said, you know, I think I'm going to try that. Okay, look, this is flakes. We're going to put you in here and get you going. Work you into this. I just have to work this flour in, and then I can do what I have to do, but I have to work it all through first. And how will I know? Well, as I work it around in a circle and push into it, it'll come through the other end. Then I'll know if I got it or not. And as you finish up, roll it around and pick up the rest of the flour that's on the counter. And work it in. I mean, no reason to waste anything. Okay. We got it. There it is. Now it's ready to make. Okay, where did I put it? Now you're only going to put enough because you don't want it to stick. Okay? That's it. That's the only reason you're doing it. We have to roll this out. How big do you want it? Remember, it's supposed to be what size? Yeah, I thought 1/2 inch thick. And don't worry, they are going to grow very big because we bake ours. Let's see, yeah, that's about it. Now you can use a 4-inch, which they recommend. I'm using 3 1/4, so you can decide what size you wish to make them. And you'll notice it keeps fluffing up every time you roll it out because it's active. Do not have them touching. Give them about 1 inch to 1.5 inches space between them. You'll need it, believe it or not. I might need another cookie sheet. All right. Knead it all back together, and we're going to do it again. Now, how long do they rest? You do not have to cover them. You're going to rest them for approximately till they're double. And I can't tell you how long that will take. You have to work the dough again together. And how many do you get? That depends upon the size you cut them out on. Okay. Work it in again. We're not going to waste any of this. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to get 13. The last one is going to be a smaller one than the other ones. I'm just working it together right now in my hand. And then I'll just flatten it out like this. No reason wasting it. Put it in. So we have 13. Now they're going to have to rise. I do not know how long they're going to go. My kitchen's a little cool because I just got in here. It's not warm enough to get it to move in a hurry. I'll show you how far I have them apart, and I'll see you an idea. I just want to clean this up before I bring it over. And then I'll tell you what you have to do when they double. And you'll be ready. Because other than that, I could keep this on pause. I mean, I can't pause this, but it'd be running for over 2 hours. And that doesn't make sense. Because I know it's not going to rise in a short time because my kitchen's cold. But once they double, you have to follow the instructions for the cooking time. You don't want to mess this one up. All right. I have them spaced like this. I'll turn you down so you can see. Okay? That's how they're spaced. So there's room for them to grow. Now I'll read the instructions for baking them, and please follow it directly. Do not waver, okay? All right. You're just going to wait and proof these. That means until they're double, all right? Now, there's different ways you can do it, but I do it by the oven. Then I'll show you the other way you can do it. Now, you can bake them in a preheated oven at 450 degrees for 8 minutes on one side. Take them out, flip them over, and bake them another 8 minutes. That's it. They're done. All you have to do is put them on a rack to cool. All right. Now, if you don't want to do them in the oven, you can cook them on a large electric grill preheated to 400. They said after 2 minutes, when the bottoms are brown, reduce the heat to 325. Turn the muffins and cook 8 minutes on the other side. Then turn again and cook another 6 minutes. That's why I like doing it in the oven better, because I'd have to stand here. I can walk away a little bit with this. So I'm going to be baking mine at 450 for 8 minutes on each side. All right. Now I will do a short so you can see the end product, but I'm not going to get... How can you, oh, you want where you can order the sourdough? I will give it to you. Give me a minute. I have to find it in this book, and I will give it. Okay? As I told you, if you ask, I will give it. Okay. If I don't get it on this one, I'm definitely going to get it somewhere else. It's in this book. Okay. Here it is. I'm going to give you the telephone number, then I will give you the fax number, and then I will give you the website, and then the address. So you have many different ways of getting in touch to order sourdoughs, all right? The telephone number is 208-382-4828. Now they have a fax number, which is 208-382-3129. Now their website, all right, because you can repeat this video, okay? The website is www. All small letters now, sourdo.com. All right, you got that? Well, I'm glad that you'll be able to repeat all this, so this is very good. All right, now, if you want to mail it, it's called Sourdoughs International. I'll give you a minute to write that down. All right, it's post office box or PO. We used to have to write it out. That's why I say post office box. PO Box 670, Cascade, Cascade. I think this is Indiana. Well, he has ID there, so I think that's Indiana. 83611 is their zip code. So if you wish to order it because you cannot sit there and make it, or it's too hot where you're at and it doesn't work, you can order from there. Now, he's going to tell you point blank, he has French sourdough, Finnish sourdough, Russian sourdough. He has the Yukon sourdough, Breads of Africa, the original San Francisco sourdough. He has the Australian sourdough, so the Saudi Arabian sourdough. He has the Bahrain sourdough. He has Giza sourdough, the Red Sea sourdough. Okay, and breads from the Middle East as well. So what he learned in the process of all this is he learned that where the flours and the grains grow, it sits there and it changes the texture of the flour with a different flavor. This is why when you go to France, you sit there and say, oh my God, the breads they have there. That's because the chemical compound of their dirt is different in each section. Now, the reason Europe didn't want to buy our flours anymore because all their lovely breads that they made had lost their flavor and they all tasted the same. There was nothing exceptional. So they started growing back to growing their grains in the area where you would go to get these breads, and the flavors came back. This is why. So if you ever go to France and you go around into those small villages and different areas of France, you'll notice the breads all taste slightly different. That's because the compounds of the ground and the chemicals in the ground, which really are the minerals and stuff, it's just different from others. And this is why they didn't want to buy our flour, because they had lost their culture of their different taste of flour because of their ground. Mr. Monroe, don't open your mouth unless you know what you're saying. Artificial effusion. Saying something is AI doesn't make you sound as edgy as you think it does. I tell you, I can't believe what so many of you people say. You don't have to believe anything, but I'm very much alive. I'm not some computer. So now you know you can write to get your sourdoughs. You can pick whichever one you want. You'll notice they're all different flavors. Or you can make your own, but this way you'll be able to help follow. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm also going to be taking regular breads that were made with the packaged yeast and stuff, and I'm going to convert them into sourdoughs. All right. So you'll be seeing me. I might be repeating something. You say I have this recipe, but I'm not going to be using the yeast that you buy in the store. I'm going to be making it into sourdough and see how we can play around and get different things. All right. And listen, I want all. Everybody keeps writing when I get ready to say bye-bye. Okay, so listen, I'm going to let all of you go. Remember, you can write it and you can. Okay, never mind. I'm going to say bye. And when your sourdough rises, or if you can't make your own sourdough, now you know you can get it. Thank you. Okay. Listen, I want all of you to have a great day. Enjoy your holiday. Let's see, what am I making today? I think I'm having leftovers today. So you might not see me for the rest of the day. I've already made the cookies yesterday. We haven't finished the muffins yet, and I got the English muffins over here. And that's pretty much it for today. And I know that chicken is not defrosted yet. Okay, so take care. What? Have you seen the clown that hides? Oh, Listen, take care. Bye-bye.